3 minutes. To him that knoweth to do good and don't do it, that's what's sin. Took my teeth out now. My mouth got real sore. Uh, you know, the thing that infuriated me the most, I wanted to tell you. Oh, I got that confirmation too. But is that see, when you don't know what the problem is. See, I'm talking about. See, because I asked, what did I do? Nobody tell me. You know, I went to the HBs down in the South End and asked them, what did I do to the chick? Did I do something to her? Oh, we don't know. And then I get a goddamn email. The stuff I was supposed to have done. The person I go to say they don't know, but that's the person that all the lies have been ran to. And then that fat bitch, she lied. Chrissy, she go lie and talk about she didn't know, but she was the bitch that was taking all the complaints. And then them motherfuckers getting tell the police I'm harassing them. So how am I harassing if I'm trying to fix a problem? If I'm trying to find out what I did, right? And then y'all tell me, oh, we love you, you're a brother, and this and that, and then I'm believing that, everything cool. That's why I don't feel bad. My approach. And that's why I don't feel bad about these motherfucking kids got about to be snatched up. Now I don't feel bad, about none of it. I don't feel bad about none of it because I was a man. I came to you. I asked you, Dwayne, Beth, Pee Wee, Chrissy, Lil, Tiffany, Brittany, Danielle. I asked each and every one of you motherfuckers what I did. Nobody had an answer for me. So, if and that's why, I've been lashing out these church folk because, I did what I was taught to do. Cover your spouse, pray, fast, going, being faithful to what I was doing. No matter how much good I was doing, I got, people around me that's doing dope and drugs and all this kind of stuff. And while I'm out here doing the right thing, everybody out here doing the devilish shit and then try to use me as a sacrifice. Ain't that crazy? And then try to control the narrative of which I'm at and how I deliver my goddamn justice. So if a motherfucker come to you and ask you what they did and you don't tell them, because I didn't know. So if a motherfucker come to you and say, hey, did I do something to hurt you? And all you keep hearing saying is, no, you didn't do nothing. And then 18 years later, you find out, you a woman beater, a crackhead, you buying prostitutes, and I'm doing all this stuff. But no one ever sit down and told me none of this. No one ever told me that, y'all was going behind my back, asking people was I a pedophile. No one told me. I didn't find that out until 7 years later. No one told me all the problems I was supposed to have been causing. But y'all rather go out and break the law and, do some malicious, sneaky shit. Now you caught with your pants down. So, I just wanted to bring that back because someone inboxed me and asked me, did I do everything I was supposed to do? And I did. I went to my leader. I sent evidence. I had conversations with my leaders. I had conversations with family. I had conversations with my children. I had conversations with even some of my ex-wives, And I have to give credit where it's due. I told you earlier, I've been married 4 times. I never had a wife that had a drug problem. My first wife didn't do drugs. She was just nasty as hell. My second wife didn't do drugs until long after we were split up. Matter of fact, she just got hooked on drugs. I never had a woman in my life that I dated with a drug problem. I never dated a street bitch. Ever in my life. Never in my life have I ever dated a street bitch. I married one. Never in my life did I think that because I asked a question that I will be set up to go to jail. And the only reason I'm responding on this live is because someone inboxed me and asked me, did you do everything possible to fix the problem? I went to all my in-laws. I went to all my stepchildren. Everybody played stupid. 20 years later, I find out I'm a crackhead. I'm buying pussy. I'm doing crack. But the fake piss was left here. I don't use fake piss. First of all, I'm retired. I don't work, so I don't have a reason to be taking piss tests, except when I go to my neurologist every 6 months to a year for a follow-up. Never drop dirty. So if I'm a man, I'm asking you, did I do something to you? And the answer is no. And how 20 years later am I now a woman beater, a crackhead, never had the police called on me, never went to jail, never beat nobody, never had no bruises, never had lights cut off, never been evicted, never had any finance problem, But people can be criminals the whole marriage. Their families can be convicts and incest and pedophiles. Their kids can be dope addicts. You all can do fake income tax papers, pass Chrissy's kids around to Pee Wee, Dwayne, Beth, Diane, Tiffany, Danielle, all this weird ass shit. And then 20 years later, I clap back at y'all's motherfucking ass. You get caught with your pants down, but I'm the bad guy. Well, we're going to see who bad, because I got all the paperwork, and I don't understand that if a motherfucker didn't want to be around, all you had to do was goddamn leave. You know what I mean? And that's why I love Mark so much. Mark sit down and talk to that bitch and ask her, are you sure you want to do this? Because you don't even seem like the church type of woman. Yeah, I love him. I'm going to be behind him 100% as soon as Mark died. Boom, crazy. And his widow right in the mix of the bullshit. I didn't know she was a hoe. I didn't even know my boy's wife was a hoe. Till George made it obvious. He sold her out to his goddamn brother, and she was fucking the shit out of him. Yeah. Miss Perry Brown. I don't even use the name Perry on her goddamn name no more. She's a hoe. Yeah. She's a hoe. Right there in Cleveland. So I asked, and then for the person to go to my sister, that bucktooth bitch. You go to my sister and tell my sister I'm a drug addict, and then my sister runs with that. And then my sister calls my brother, who's a co-anchor at NBC. My sister calls my blood brother, Kerry Charles, who is the co-anchor of NBC, Columbus, Ohio, and tells him that I'm a crackhead because of what a white bitch said. And I don't have the right to sue nobody. So yeah. Beth, Tiffany, Dwayne, Pee Wee, all you hillbillies, and you have breeze. Yeah. When I asked you and you lied in my goddamn face. Yeah. So when your kids get picked up, Tiffany, and Sue dead now. Sue dead. So I understand you need y'all. I know y'all need your mom and your sister for your meat boxes and shit, but somebody gonna need them for her, because she gonna need a meat box. Chrissy gonna need one. Carrie gonna need one. Tiffany gonna need one. Pee Wee gonna need one. Dwayne gonna need one. Goddamn. If Jeff wants some smoke, Jeff can get some too and go. That goddamn hillbilly down in Texas, Candy McGee. That bitch. You supposed to be so goddamn holy. I told you to get your niece in rehab. Get her some marriage counseling. Oh, but the hillbillies told her, you don't need no marriage counseling. Yeah, so, your motherfucker's quiet now. I understand that. You ought to be. You should have been shutting the fuck up back then, but you didn't. So somebody inboxed me after I did my live this morning and said, why are you so bold today? Well, my paperwork filed now. I can say what the fuck I want to say, and I ain't got to worry about no repercussions in Franklin County, because they got some shit coming on their motherfucking ass. So, the roll call, yeah, you're going to get your paperwork. Don't worry about it. You're going to get it. And the ones I said I spared you for a reason. Daryl, I spared you for a reason. But George, Trina, and this weird bitch, I make examples out of y'all three. I just sent you a live the other day from Charlie Boy. He ain't throwing no shade. He'll talk about the daddy side of the family later, which I will. Carrie and Tracy, I'll be coming for you in about a month. And I might just wait till your birthday, Carrie, September 25th, and come after your motherfucking ass. I might do that. But you know, when you comfortable and confident in your position, then you should move forward with it. You shouldn't sit back in the peanut gallery and sit back and continue to tell lies and allow my channel to keep going up. And it's slow for the poll. I know people didn't like and share and subscribe, but I got a few extra this morning. When they saw that goddamn email from the goddamn clerk of courts, letting you know that this shit is real. This ain't nobody just getting on here talking crazy drunk every goddamn day, right? So if a motherfucker asks you if he's a problem and you say no, and then you go out and commit crimes to set a motherfucker up to make it look like he's doing some shit that he ain't doing, then you deserve to go to jail. And if you turn on your own goddamn husband, you turn on anybody. And if you can't keep a vow to God, fuck me. You can't make a vow to God, because I covered your motherfucking ass through dope, through prison, through lies of your family, incest, your grandkids fucking each other in my bathroom. I done covered up a whole bunch of shit for y'all motherfucking weird motherfuckers. Passing goddamn kids around, claiming on income tax. So whether you would have got caught up in this, y'all shit was turned in a year ago. I told you the wheels of justice move slow. So y'all IRS motherfuckers that was swapping kids and claiming kids, Mr. Clifford, that you so innocent don't do shit. Yeah, y'all name already been turned in. And then God spent the block on the PPP loans and all that shit y'all had, the fake businesses and your dope dealing baby daddies and shit like that to sit back living off y'all stupid bitches. Yeah, y'all dumb. So now, the baby daddy's gonna get away free, and I'm sure they'll take care of their kids, and y'all bitches gonna be in jail. Only one that was half smart and didn't commit no crime was Brittany and Danielle. But Tiffany, bitch, you going to jail. And them two boys gonna go in somebody's children's services if your baby daddy ain't got enough common sense to go get a goddamn job and take care of them. But y'all going to jail, prison, federal. You fell right in my goddamn trap. You're right where I need you to be. So just sit still. You can't get out the trap. I kept telling you. Since y'all kind of warnings, warned you. Y'all stupid motherfuckers go out and break the law. Don't read y'all worry about the little antics, but you didn't worry about the evidence that I was posting on my damn channel. So if y'all go into post and go all the way down to last year, go on to February, go down and look at all my goddamn doctor papers, go down and look at the doctor statements and shit that I put on there. And you see I wasn't telling you no goddamn lie, but y'all motherfuckers don't want to see for the truth. And y'all motherfuckers sit up there and enjoying the show. Now this is a real show. This is some court TV type shit. This is some goddamn court TV type shit. The motherfuckers joke on y'all. Y'all motherfuckers stupid motherfuckers. Crazy hell. So now, I told you sooner rather than later. So it don't make me no goddamn difference. It don't make me no never mind. The ridicule, the heartache, the two-faced shit. The fallback motherfucker, whoever the bitch ran to, the motherfucker, got all these motherfuckers implicated in some crime. Got them all implicated in some goddamn crime trying to be slick. All because you want to get an understanding and you didn't want to be supportive with your husband. So that's a damn dummy. That's a goddamn dummy. And everybody that gave you advice wasn't even married. See, dumb bitch. Anybody know me, I don't even hang with single people. We ain't got nothing in common. A single man and a married man ain't got nothing to talk about. Nothing. We ain't got no reason to be hanging out, going to have a drink, kicking it, none of that. For what? You single. You chasing pussy or ass, whatever you chasing. I got a goddamn wife and a family. What the fuck I look like going out hanging out with you? I'm a homebody. I never went nowhere. So I don't know how the fuck I was doing all this wild shit for 20 consecutive years. And it's awful funny. All this shit didn't blow up and get open until I start asking for my goddamn money. For all these dead dope fiends and shit that are OD'd in your goddamn family that I buried. But I did a horrible job while y'all sitting back lying. But Chrissy, I want to address you real quick, bitch. You the bitch that I was coming to asking questions about. What did I do in the family to make everybody so mad? And you was the main one that said nothing. You didn't want to get involved. You didn't know what was going on. Then I get an email from Beth. And Beth tells me that Chrissy tells her that my wife has been going to her since we've been married complaining about me. And all you motherfuckers lied to my face and told me I didn't do nothing. That's weird. But then y'all got this big story to tell. Let me read y'all something real quick. I'm just going to show you. I got copies of sent into the court, but let me read you something real quick because I really want people to get an enlightenment on how people lie and perjure themselves. I want to read you the actual document in that person's words in their writing. That's what I want to do. I want to show you that because I love bringing validity to my channel, and I like the haters that help me bring that validity. But I want you to see in that person's handwriting, not a rumor, in their handwriting, the lie they told. Been moved out of here. Yeah, I want to talk about that. Yeah, I told you I had a whole bunch of goddamn paperwork. That's a lot. Copies, you know what I mean? Still like that. I want to read you this because I just believe in clarity. Just to show you where it came from, so you can have some validity here. Yeah. I believe in. And this report came from Sergeant Jacob Gill, Lieutenant Brian Huddleston. This was February 28th, 2026. Listen to this shit. I want you to read this. And I'm going to let you see that she wrote this statement out. Yeah, this is her handwriting. I think, yeah. And it's your handwriting? Okay. I want to make sure. You told like two or three different stories. And then, you know, I just wanted to do that. This is about, and the reason why I'm doing this is because if people were smart, you know, when these calls were being made, you know, I was on live. So I'm talking about when I'm supposed to be beating and hollering and screaming. I was on live. The bitch didn't know the camera was rolling. So when the sheriff walked in the door, the sheriff saw the live. That's why she got put out of here. Matter of fact, he came by himself, then he called back up. It says, call to the residence by listed RP to report that her husband had been threatening. Now, threatening is a crime. And mentally ill. Now, she's aware that when I came back from Troy, I went with a whole new medical team, which was Ohio Health, and was re-diagnosed with traumatized anxiety. Made contact with listed suspect, that'd be me, who has exhibited paranoia and delusional thinking. This is what she told them. Explains that he has been medically mistreated, misdiagnosed, and that family members owe him significant sums of money. This was coming out of my mouth. And that his church has been financially taken advantage of. Facts. Reports of paranoia about wife's engagement with FOE, that's that Fraternal Order of Eagles, and engagement with her brother. Both parties deny physical acts of violence. Both parties deny physical acts of violence. No physical signs of violence in the home. The home is well appointed and clean. A statement was collected and a recording was played where the suspect had a previous night said, you can call the police. You will go to jail. Facts. could kill you before they get here. Facts. The subject said he did not mean that as a threat, but as a response to how irrational he thought calling the police was. He views himself as a victim of her actions and that if he wanted to be violent, he would be. But reports that he was previously arrested for domestic violence and learned his lesson. That was 35 years ago. Case closed, unable to substantiate allegations of violence. February the 4th, going to my post. My wife reached out to me talking about she had to sleep from couch to couch. And I told her that's a personal problem. I didn't tell you to leave. You left. Fuck you. That's what I said. Leave me the fuck alone. Don't contact me. We had an agreement. You made a down payment. You tried to trick me, call the police, and have me arrested. It backfired. She gets mad. She talks to that dumb bitch, Beth Eastep. All this evidence has been presented to the court. I'm just letting you know ahead of time so you know how to try to switch your story up. 7 days later, my wife, with assistance of probably Anthony Barrett, probably Beth, Dwayne, Pee Wee, Chrissy, Brittany, Danielle, and probably tricked her and told her, well, you say he's crazy, go ahead and call the police and say he beat you up. What the bitch do? She goes to Columbus. State law says you cannot establish residence in another county under false pretense, trying to file restraining orders. Oh, but I forgot you thought because you was a Democrat, you was going to get that goddamn black bitch down there in Franklin County to fucking come up with some fake ass goddamn paperwork for your stupid ass. And she did, which is going to get her implicated in some goddamn crime. So then I get a phone call. I get a text message. Instant message from her brother. All the money the family had been sending her because she lying, talking about she broke it. Ain't got this and ain't got that. And all this time, I don't know nothing about it. I get a knock on my goddamn door. Valentine's Day. Who the fuck is it? Madison County Sheriff Department. Issue me a temporary protection order because this bitch done went down and told the police that I beat her up, snatched her by the hair, choked her, threatened her, kidnapped her. This is all in the police report. Kidnapped her, held her against her will. None of that was said in Madison County. None of that was said in Madison County. Just like I wasn't in a malpractice, and this was from crack. You know what I mean? You know. See, I told you, the next step is federal. See, these right here are federal papers. We already got the state together. Next step is federal. And that's where the federal time going to come in at. You know. In the state of Ohio, you can't abandon a disabled spouse. See, instead of calling the police, bitch could have put me in a nursing home. Bitch could have put me in a hospital. She could have had me committed if she thought it was so goddamn crazy. She could have called my medical professionals who are willing to sign affidavits. My wife never shows up to doctor's appointments, never show concern about my health or my well-being, but go back to the family and tell them I'm on drugs because they're giving you drugs. Oh, and I got the pictures to prove it. You was the cokehead. Your own child told me you was on dope before she admitted to me she was on fentanyl. Tiffany Lynn Bass, the same bitch I signed her parole papers, kept her out of goddamn jail. Right? Yeah, that's me. While your dad in prison. You know, I'm doing your daddy's job. You know what I mean? While all y'all on drugs and being hoes, try to set me up. So now that my paperwork spot, I'm bold like that. Now everybody know the whole goddamn story. George Carter, how you going to take that? How you going to defend that you were sending my wife money? How you going to defend Beth that you tricked that bitch into filing a fake restraining order and she made a statement? Madison County throws it out. Y'all trick her into going to goddamn, after she stayed out all night till 7 in the morning, out in goddamn Circleville some goddamn where. And the sheriff department calling me, telling me she need a ride. Who takes a car? Who takes a fucking car that's paid for? Unless they family who ain't got no mechanical experience tear the motherfucking car up to go buy another motherfucking car that you're gonna have to pay for 5, 6, 7 years, and you can't even finish paying it off because you're gonna be in jail. Who is married hides money? How do you make $7 grand a month and your husband don't even know about it? But you honest. And were you stupid, I would have never known. Had your finance papers not came here after you bought the goddamn brand new car. And all your income and everything came on it. That's weird to me. So why is everybody hiding now? Y'all was so gun-ho with all the fire and the fuel. Y'all had me in the bag. You said, Beth. Beth, you said you was gonna take me to court. You said that I was you was gonna hook my wife up with somebody that was gonna treat her better. You said that, remember? Who gonna treat her better than Bubba in prison? The bulldagger is gonna have her laid up in prison. Who gonna treat her better than that? Who gonna treat her better than me? See, I don't want her now. You know, when I found out and started putting pieces together and connecting the dots and realized that all roads led back to her, I told her to her face, you can do right, apologize, and we can move on. Or you can be my enemy. And once you become my enemy, it's over. You chose to go out and file fake restraining orders and let them hillbillies trick you. You did that. You went up to your goddamn job and was telling them people you was afraid for your life and I was beating you. You ain't had a bruise on you since I known you. You ain't been hungry since I known you. You ain't had to go in the dark like your brothers and sisters being homeless, lights and shit cut out, no place. You ain't had to go through none of that since I known you. I've taken care of you for 21 years, non-stop, consistent. And this is what you do. So now this is what I do. You want to be dumb, and I take you along with your whole goddamn peanut gallery, and y'all can all go to goddamn jail. See what I'm talking about? See, and I had to apologize to my deacon because I was going super ham on him. I even threatened to kill him. And he'll tell you that. You can inbox him. Joseph Stewart. I told him I was going to kill him. You my right hand in the church, and you sit and let this bitch do this shit, and y'all knew about it and wouldn't tell me. You better make it right. I told my deacon that. Inbox and ask him. He'll tell you. I would give you his number if he didn't mind me giving it to you. I don't tell lies. That's one thing I don't do. And another thing I don't do is lay down for a stupid motherfucker, especially a white motherfucker. So for you motherfuckers calling me Toms, I don't know where the fuck you get that from. I'm far from a motherfucking Tom. Just because I date white women don't make me a motherfucking Tom. I'm still black and I know who the fuck I am. You hear what I'm saying? I just happened to grow up in an all-white goddamn town, and it wasn't no choice for me to pick no goddamn black women in that goddamn town I grew up in as a kid. So when I got back to the city, that's all I was familiar with. And the ones that I did talk to that was black, they was all in the church. And they was bulldaggers or hoes. Period. Facts. And I've been engaged to 2 black women in the Grand Old Church of God in Christ. One was a dyke, one was a hoe. One of them was a credential holder, one of them wasn't. So you tell me what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Huh? Sit back and trust y'all unholy motherfuckers and listen to y'all? The Grand Old Church of God in Christ? Give motherfuckers bad counsel and bad advice? You know, backdooring your friends, feeding their wives money and shit? What if I sent your black ass wife some goddamn money when you was going through some shit, you bald head bastard? How would you fucking feel? See, that kind of shit to get you killed fucking around in people's marriage. So I'm talking about, but I didn't have to handle it that way. Court going to deal with y'all. And I just wanted to leave it at that. You know, I wanted to let the people see, you know, the bitch is a perjurer and a liar. And she let them goddamn uneducated goddamn South End hillbillies trick her ass to get in the trick bag. Now ain't no reversal because the paperwork is there. And you motherfuckers in Franklin County got something coming. You know what I mean? And again, I say, you better change your goddamn heart. That's what the fuck you better do. Y'all motherfucking loose ends, y'all better hope I have a change of heart. You know, and you dope dealing preacher, you better hope and pray that I don't turn your goddamn name into the DEA. That's what the fuck you better hope. You sanctified devil. You better hope and pray. You know, because I can almost promise you, now that these goddamn papers done hit that courthouse, I bet you I made a believer out of a whole bunch of motherfuckers now. And I can almost promise you that you loose lip motherfuckers about to run your goddamn mouth, especially some of you Masonic men that's been violating Masonic law for the last 15 years. And I ain't came after your motherfucking ass yet because, you know, I believe in Masonic law. We shouldn't be suing each other, you know. But I got a trick for you on the back end. Don't worry about it. It's coming. It ain't got nothing to do with the law. Got some Masonic law gonna slam on your motherfucking ass, though. So a lot of you motherfuckers out here operating in Ohio, talking about y'all PHO. Y'all getting in bed with PHA motherfuckers lying and conniving with a motherfucking stranger going against open obligation. Y'all some stupid motherfucker. Then you wonder why people in the world talk about Masons, talk about Eastern Star. I just watched a whole series. This guy named G. Craig Lewis talking about Masons like a goddamn dog, talking about Eastern Stars, calling them devil worshippers and shit. And y'all preachers, you know, and y'all raping kids and all kind of shit. I don't know what Craig Lewis do. I don't even know who the fuck he is. But he's about a stupid motherfucker too. You know, all these motherfuckers, they catch on to shit. You know, I'm catching on to a lot of these preachers be watching these bloggers. And when the heat is on the other preacher, they jump on the bandwagon with the content creators and start talking about them. And then when they get caught up in some shit, they want somebody to be praying, wanting grace. Y'all motherfuckers are retarded. This is a cesspool of bullshit. You know what I'm talking about? But it's cool. You know, I know who friends with who. I know who my enemies are. You know what I mean? Trina, I bet you wish now that you would have turned that paperwork in instead of being a two-faced bitch. I bet you really wish now that you wouldn't have started all them goddamn little fires you started. You know, because you done got your Aunt Fifi in the line of fire. Because I'm still pushing hard to get that child removed out of that goddamn house up in New Carlisle. You done put a lot of innocent motherfucking people involved in some shit in the family that you should have kept your goddamn mouth shut and roll with your blood. But no, you want to be like Lonzo's people, your daddy's people, and you want to be cutthroat. And now, bitch, you going to feel the wrath of what I'm coming from. Remember I told you to drop dead and you said, no, you drop dead first? We going to see you going to drop dead first, bitch. Because you're going to be the first one that I flip the script on and pray death on. Meningitis almost took you the fuck up out of here. But I got some shit I'm going to pray on your motherfucking ass and you ain't going to never be able to get off. And I told you this last week on this live. You done did some shit that only God himself gonna get you out of. Because see, I got a paper trail on your motherfucking ass. And I sent you the paperwork and you crying on the phone like you so goddamn concerned. And then you get in other family members' ears and tell them, don't talk to me, I'm crazy. Because you didn't want this day to come. Well, it's here now, bitch. Trina Elaine Hopkins. The day is here. So you and Diane Elaine and Phyllis Elaine can sit back and watch what the fuck about to happen to y'all's whole goddamn world. And if your kids want to jump in and get a taste of this goddamn wrath, you can bring them two dumb motherfuckers, Keepy and goddamn Julie in too. They can defend your mother. They don't fuck with you anyway. So don't make me no goddamn difference. But if they want to be dumb and jump in on the action, and goddamn it, I welcome you. I'm like John P. Key. I welcome you. I welcome your black ass. I sure do. You weird bitch. I welcome you. And any other motherfucking connected prior that's want some goddamn smoke. You know, because it's fire over here. Ain't no goddamn smoke. It's all fire, baby. And I'm burning shit down. I told you I don't move on without reparations. I just told one of my cousins that last month. I don't move on without reparations. This ain't no turn the left cheek. I forgive you. And, you know, you move on so you can try to get me again. No. Now I got you under my goddamn feet. And I just quoted scripture to y'all 2 weeks ago. And the God of peace shall bruise the devil's head under my feet shortly. And y'all bruised and battered and running and scared and nervous. And you ought to be goddamn nervous. Like a pregnant motherfucking nun. You and them crooked ass politicians. Now we'll get to this goddamn federal. And I get this federal paperwork in there. It's over for y'all. You goddamn fentanyl users. Yeah. Each and every one of you. If you really make me motherfucking mad, I'll start calling y'all's goddamn jobs out where y'all work at, you dope fiends, and let your employers know who the fuck they got employed for them. Out here doing dope and shit on lunch breaks. Yeah. You wanna hide and run? You don't need to hide now. You wouldn't hide when you telling them goddamn lies. You wouldn't hide when you made them goddamn, and you can't lie and say you didn't do it, because I was on Facebook. And I announced your name when you did them cheap ass t-shirts, Chrissy, under that business name before your mammy died. Remember that? Yeah. I got the receipt that you put in my name. You didn't want to put it under the church's name. You tried to jam me up under some tax shit. I had them t-shirts done. Mine said pastor. My deacon had one. Everybody in church wore them on Dress Down Sunday. I went and bought t-shirts, and then I was selling hoodies, merchandise, and shit like that with the church's name on it. Ink pens, all kind of shit. We had all kind of shit at Lively Stone. And y'all did all that shit. Back to school drives. Motherfuckers got first dibs on all my shit. Family and in-laws. But I'm fake, and I'm a con artist. I wasn't a con artist when I was signing them documents to make sure y'all was married. To make sure your goddamn mama and your doping nephew that OD'd in that goddamn house that y'all put into heaven real goddamn fast. I wasn't fake when I was doing that, and y'all didn't want to pay me. You think you can go out and get your car fixed and tell the mechanic, oh, I ain't got enough money right now, and pull out? No, they're going to put a lien on your motherfucking car and hold it until you pay the bill. And I could have done the same thing to you. I could have put liens on your cars because that was my profession. So I could have put liens on your goddamn property. I could have done all that. But I saw the bigger picture. Y'all criminals. And I wanted to get you where you couldn't wiggle away. And now I got you. And then when God spent the block on the PPP, you can't run from that. Because Tiffany, you got it. And Chrissy, you did too. Now I don't know about no other family member. But I know Carrie Swank is the goddamn income tax preparer. Yeah, all them goddamn 19 kids you got, Chrissy. You remember when you have so many kids, you can't file them taxes. And you was passing around. Pee Wee claimed them a couple of times. Diane claimed them a couple of times. Yeah. See, me and my wife didn't mix money, so I'm not even prevalent to none of that. We didn't mix money. We didn't file taxes together, none of that. So I'm clear all that shit. And I reported it. So he's going to get caught either or. When I found out y'all was snaking me, I already turned all y'all shit in. And if you don't believe me, all you got to do is call them. I got a goddamn report number from the IRS. Sure do. And I had no idea they was going to spin the block this fast. It's been less than 6 months. Maybe a little more than 6 months, but it's on now. And there's over 500,000 Americans that's got, some reparations coming. Like prison. Yeah. So, all you goddamn, religious folk that, come in and call me a devil, talk about me, and, say I got a foul mouth, I sure the fuck do. Y'all created this goddamn monster. Yep, you created this motherfucker. You was in La La Land, now you in my nightmare. Now you in my goddamn nightmare, and it's gonna be, I'm dreaming now, Matter of fact, I ain't dreaming, I'm wide awoke. Y'all in a nightmare. Nightmare on Ohio Street. But I'll be seeing y'all pretty soon at 1, I think that's North Main Street in London, Ohio, at the Madison County Courthouse real soon. Once I get my hearing date on the docket. And I should hear something about, I should hear something before 3 o'clock, I was told, about when my court date is. And then I'll announce that, and we can go from there and see how the fuck y'all think it's funny then. But go on that goddamn post. Take your time and look at the post, those that be trolling and think I'm a liar and all this and that. Go to the post section and just read. That's all you got to do. Just read. You ain't got to hear nothing I got to say. Read black and white. Read that. And then read the laws about abandoning spouses. See, that's a crime in Ohio. That's a misdemeanor in the 4th degree. And then when you file fake restraining orders and you go in there and do shit like that, that's a felony of the 4th degree. See, you can't go in and make fake restraining orders and lie. See, you said in one thing we was arguing, there was no violence. You go 6 days later and go to Franklin County and say I beat the fuck out of you and held you and kidnapped you. Those are serious charges. Not only that, you allow motherfuckers to go out and say I was a pedophile. And your own brother's a registered pedophile. It's alleged you was fucking your own brother. He was fucking his cousin. It's your mama was fucking her brother-in-law before she married your stepdad. So it's in the blood, the incest and the sexual deviancy. It's all in your family, but y'all want to blame that on me. Oh, y'all think y'all white supremacy. That's what it is. Oh, it's white supremacy. Y'all better, and y'all thinking, oh, we dirty and we criminals. We gonna make this clean guy look bad because we don't want the reflection on us. Too late. You from the South End, bitch. Y'all from the South End. Ain't nothing clean in the South End but goddamn Children's Hospital. And they ain't even clean. Lex Wexner's ass with that pedophilia motherfucker. So the joke's on y'all. And I got the documents. I don't give a fuck what you try to do. There's not an attorney in this goddamn city that's going to win this open shut case when you out committing perjury. And you got these goddamn criminals behind you pushing you to do it. And you that goddamn addicted to dope that you can't even say no. You's a dumb bitch. And George Carter, you fell for the shit. And I hope you enjoyed every bit of this goddamn live I just did. And it could, like I said, it could have went a whole nother way. It could have went a whole nother way. But I'm an upright man. See that mean? See, I'm talking about Anthony Barrett. And you know me, Anthony. I don't know why you would even side with a bitch like that. We served in the same lodge. How could you even side with some shit like it? Oh, I forgot. You one of Coleman's boys, and Coleman got you intimidated, right? Because when you was out there on dope and shit, in and out of prison, as a senior warden, motherfuckers didn't have no problem with that. Now you in an illegitimate Grand Lodge, and now you think you too hot to trot. You can't fuck with an upright man. Don't forget them lectures we used to have on the videos when I was helping y'all when I was the eminent commander. Remember that, Anthony? We had them class, my deacon's a witness. And if he watched this live when he get off work today, he'll log on and make a comment and verify it. And y'all motherfuckers is sitting there talking about y'all 30 seconds and all this bullshit. And y'all didn't, some of y'all, now Anthony, we know you know your book. We've been taught by the best. So, and I understand that. But you can't talk about you upright and you dealing with a devil. Especially a brother ain't never done nothing to you. And you know what Coleman did. That same motherfucker was fucking my second wife. And you took up for that motherfucker. Yep. I never forget that, Anthony Barrett. But I took up for your motherfucking ass. Sure enough did when your ass went to prison. Don't forget I was a junior warden then when you was a senior warden. Remember that, Anthony? We worked real good together. And then when I started doing some research on your ass and I started getting reports that you mingling with my goddamn wife on social media, I got a problem with that. I got a problem with all you Masonic men that I've encountered that cover up corruption. But y'all walk around here on St. John's and Esther Day like y'all so goddamn deep and ain't worth shit. I'm telling you that. So you can't come, Masonic law. Y'all stupid motherfuckers, y'all claim y'all know Masonic law. Y'all obviously don't. You can't come against a worthy brother unless you prove him to be unworthy. And each one I've named, I've deemed you unworthy because you a liar. And a liar won't tarry in his sight. I'm calling your motherfucking ass out, Anthony Barrett, you high priest you say you are. You know what I mean? Y'all crooked motherfucker. So, yeah, I know all about it. I know about all the shit. You know what I mean? And if the spineless motherfucker Mark Davis was so insecure about me fucking his baby mama 25 years, 30 some years ago, and you should have been a motherfucking man when I inboxed your dumb ass and asked you the goddamn question. But no, you want to do that. You want to be stupid. So, you can have the hoe. I don't want her. Obviously, you did something for her that made her want to go back to you. I'm glad you got the bitch. You can be the one to give her food boxes and shit because she going to need it. Because when I get done with y'all, ain't none of y'all going to have no goddamn job. So all y'all going to be in there indigent. Sucking dick, washing clothes, eating pussy, doing something in goddamn prison to make it. Because when I get done with you, all y'all motherfuckers going to be locked up. So enjoy that. And Beth, take that shit to Shayla Favors. Take that shit to the police. Y'all work for the police. Take that shit to the police, the prosecutor. Take it to your mama. I don't give a fuck who you take it to. You don't fuck with the right one. The wrong one. And I got you where I want you, bitch. And I'm calling you another bitch. You said that don't call you a bitch. You're going to take me to court. You're going to sue me. You hook my wife up with somebody and you're going to take care of my wife. Do it, bitch. Meet your ass in motherfucking court. Okay? I'm calling your motherfucking bluff. You got my goddamn number. And if you don't got it, You got my motherfucking messenger. You got my TikTok. Y'all follow me on there. You got all that shit. And I still got my challenge on TikTok to your motherfucking ass. I'm still waiting for your goddamn challenge. Now, my paperwork is filed. Go file your motherfucking paperwork, bitch. You raisin brand bitch. And then tell your goddamn baby daddy, Dwayne, maybe if he wasn't so goddamn dumb fucking with a married woman, then he wouldn't have to worry about his goddamn child having a whole different last name. You pedophilian son of a bitch. And if y'all take up for that kind of shit, y'all need to be together in goddamn jail. You's a fucking tier 3, tier 2 pedophile. You fucked your own flesh and blood. And then you brag about it, talking about, oh, that's public record. Yeah, we know it's public record, motherfucker. And this shit right here about to be public. It is public. It's on this goddamn live. So Dwayne Allen Best, Pee Wee, Beth, all you hillbillies over here on the South End, see y'all motherfucking ass in court. Y'all said I was a dope fiend. We gonna see who the dope fiends were when I show that, when they judge finished reviewing all that goddamn evidence I got on y'all's ass. Let's talk about that. Okay, let's talk about that. And then anybody in my goddamn flesh and blood family decided with this bitch, y'all going down too. Now, take that, call it a violation. I don't give a fuck what you call it. I'm violating y'all's motherfucking ass today, and the paperwork been filed. Go talk to the judge. Go talk to me. Talk to the goddamn judge. Lie to him like you lied to the police. You're gonna be in motherfucking jail. Now, if that ain't enough evidence for y'all's motherfucking ass, if that ain't enough proof of your motherfucking ass, then you know, you dumber in a box with no rocks in it, like I told you about my goddamn wife. And I'm telling you that. So I don't give a fuck either way. You got the money, your pocket, you say your pocket's deep, you say you about that goddamn life. Well, let's see what you work with in court. So if you fuck with me, I don't play games with people. But if you fuck with me, I'm gonna show you my goddamn skills. So any of you other goddamn dummies out there that want to be bold and talk some shit to me, know what the fuck you talking about. Do your goddamn homework. You best off hiring one of these high profile commentators or get your private investigator. But you know, like I told you, I'm smart. When I started this journey, I took all my clothes off before the world. Anything I ever done, dark, secret, suppressed, it's all been open out of my mouth. I didn't need nobody to come up and ain't nobody try to expose, impose, you try to depose, but it didn't work. I just flipped the script and exposed. And now y'all all caught with y'all's pants down. All in the name of God and in the name of white supremacy. And you got mixed kids and mixed nieces and nephews, and y'all operating like the Ku Klux Klan. Stupid motherfucker. Get the fuck out of my face. See y'all's motherfucking ass in court. Degenerate, low-life son of a bitches. And you got that from me. And I approve this goddamn message. Now get the fuck off my goddamn live. Motherfucking trolls and all you other motherfuckers from the South End. Going back to headquarters and tell the people what the fuck I said. And you Masonic motherfuckers has been scooping in and trolling and doing you run back to your goddamn grandmaster. Tell these motherfuckers what the fuck y'all really been doing behind the scene. Because I've already sent some communications out via email about some of you weird motherfuckers. And I hope the power, the judgment of God come up on y'all's motherfucking ass. Now, wake the fuck up. You know what I mean? We end up like Martin Luther King, some goddamn weird. Stupid motherfucker. Y'all stupid.